Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to change out a battery on a 2011 BMW 128i. Now if you didn't already know, there is a battery port underneath the hood on the passenger side. It'll have a little red cap on it right behind where the washer bottle is, and there will be a ground logo over here on the passenger side also to put the ground cable on. Now the battery is located in the trunk underneath the cover for the trunk area. See right there, it's sets off slightly to the right side. The next step is to take the hold down points off. Those are 10 millimeters. Now you'll need to go down to the side of the battery. Down at the bottom you'll see a 10 millimeter bolt hanging onto the hold down bracket. Go ahead and remove that. Now you can go ahead and remove the negative cable, 10 millimeter also. And now remove the cover for the positive terminal and go ahead and unbolt it. Once you undo the positive terminal, then go ahead and reach down on the side where the little hold down brackets are for the top assembly and pop those off, and then you'll be able to wiggle the terminal off the top of the battery. So once you get that off the top of the battery, you'll be able to pull this up and you'll have room to remove the battery. Now you will have to take the vent hose off the side there and then pull this back and go ahead and lift the battery out of the tray. Once you get your battery out, you'll set it off to the side and you'll take your new battery and place it into the tray. So once you get your new battery down in the tray, then you will reattach your vent hose if you have a lead acid battery. In this case, I'm installing an AGM, so it's not necessary to hook up the vent line. You will have to reprogram the computer once you get it in, but once you get to this point, you'll need to reattach your hold down bracket, put your positive terminal on, and push this assembly down. Make sure that the sides lock in, and then put your negative battery cable back on. And once you get the bracket on and you're tightening up the terminal, don't tighten it up too much. You just want to put a little snug on it, and it'll be fine. Then you'll be reinstalling the safety bracket that goes over it back into the assembly. And go ahead and tighten that down with the two nuts. Okay, so now that you got the battery back in, make sure that you don't leave any of your tools back here in the crevices or anything, and then you'll go ahead and reinstall the back cover back in the vehicle. Now that the cover is back in, the rest of the install is done with a computer because you have to reprogram it and tell it to see the new battery. Using a snap-on Solus Edge to reprogram it, you'll go into the scanner, and after you register everything, we'll go on. I'll continue the video. So once you've got the scanner with the information entered, 2011 BMW, you'll go into the engine setting, and then you will go into the functional test, and then special functions. And you'll see right here where it says battery replacement and change battery type. So whenever you go to battery replacement, then you'll tell it to register the new battery. Okay, you'll just go through the steps. It'll tell you basically what it's doing. Right here it says battery replacement is programmed in the next step. Entry cannot be canceled after starting. Okay, now it shows reset complete and exit. Then you want to go to change the battery type. You'll do the checks that it tells you to. Then in the next menu, you'll see The battery capacity right here we are changing. It did have a 90 amp hour lead battery. We are changing it to a 70 amp hour gel. So I just put in the, let's see, 70 amp gel right there, tell it OK. Now it talks about how you're about to code for the new battery in the vehicle. In this step, it's just telling you to make sure that the battery voltage is up with the key on, to attach a battery maintainer or a programming charger. So I normally just attach a set of jumper cables to it with a battery, but that'll work just fine. Now make sure the key's on, make sure everything else is off, and go ahead and initiate the programming. And it'll sit right here and says riding the vehicle, order in process, do not disturb, consequences can be catastrophic. So you want to make sure that everything is off, that you're in the vehicle, don't turn anything on, don't have the radio on, don't have the AC, none of that on while the ignition's on. And right here you can see the battery coding is complete. Cycle ignition key off for 15 seconds and back on. Check to make sure everything is working properly, and make sure that you registered the battery by doing the battery replacement in the same menu list as what I already showed you on there. You can also display the history, and it'll show you what battery has been changed. Like this says battery type now is currently AGM, and that last battery replacement and mileage is 58,000 miles. So that basically shows where it's registering that I have changed to the current battery. Now, if you don't have a scanner that's capable of replacing the battery and re-registering it and changing the amp hours, then you'll need to find someone that has a scanner that's capable of doing it. This process is a whole lot more expensive, going through the dealership with a cost of in excess of around $500. You can replace it yourself, and or if you have a scanner like this. If you don't, you might need to, find someone local that has a scanner that's able to do it, and it'll save you a lot of money. Now that gel battery at the local parts store was $185, and then if I went to find someone at a regular shop, I would not pay more than $275 at the most for a gel battery. And as far as installed and everything, with less than an hour of labor involved. So don't let anyone tell you that it takes all day or it's a 4 or 5 hour job. It's fairly simple. I just showed you how to do it in the video. I hope it helped you out today. If you liked my video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Any comments or anything, just add them below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching again.